Shit, my posture was so fucking bad then. Bum 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 bum. How we doing, boys? It's like being in a car date with Hamza. Like you're in the driver's seat. You're just driving me around. I can't drive yet. This is how I like reach over to the girl's side, caress her leg, going for the kiss. Okay, how are you looking? I need to get a shape up soon, bro. I've literally been letting my hair, my beard just fucking grow out rough. Looks fucking untidy right now. We'll do a couple minutes of beatboxing practice, and then we're gonna watch a semen retention video. I'm gonna read like a semen retention article. We're gonna talk about that. This might be semen retention's very fucking cliche and just cringe. Well, the videos online are cringe, but I think it's something we're gonna discuss today, and we'll see what everyone's opinion is, and I'll let you know my opinion of it as well, because it could be potentially very, very powerful. But I think the people online are just fucking mostly shit. Where's the water at, bro? What are we saying for semen retention? Is it a W or is it an L? Semen retention, W or L, boys? I feel like I've had a full like block nose all day, man. I fucking hate that feeling. Nash XD at Hamza, buy a Rolex, bro. It boosts appearance. That's just sad, man. No offense, bro, but that's just fucking sad. What do we think about buying Rolexes or status symbols, Rolex, fancy watches, cars and stuff for the sake of it improving appearance? Potentially, I mean, do you know, after a while you may as well upgrade your wardrobe and everything. But that pursuit of buying things, materialistic purchases, with the idea that it'll make you like happier and more of a fulfilled person, it's been debunked so many times now. It's been debunked so many times now. I haven't trained neck in a little while. I literally see my neck getting skinnier by the day because I've had like very, very like high levels of stiffness there. Me and Anastasia were just in the shop, the Tesco here, and she said to me that she went to a cashier yesterday. You know, like you check out at the till and you have like a quick chat with the cashier, and the cashier like asks you like, oh, how was your day and stuff. She went there yesterday and the cashier asked her like, oh, hey, so are you off work today? And Anastasia just kind of like laughed and went like, yeah, I'm just off today. And then we just went back to the same girl and she went like, oh, so you're both off today? And I just looked her dead in the eyes and I just said like, I'm pretty much retired. And she literally looked at me almost like she was offended and like just thought I was a dickhead. She looked at me like this for a few seconds, like it didn't compute. No offense in her, this is gonna sound offensive, but like it didn't really compute in like what Sneeko would say, her bot brain. And then she just went and then just like went back to like doing the till thing. Hang on, I'm gonna need to ban some dumbass motherfuckers here. Boys, if you don't want to lose your talking privileges, don't spam like an idiot, please. Okay, let me hide user. There you go. Everyone who's spamming is just getting hidden forever. And I'm not active on the internet, bro, so I'm never gonna go through my channel to like see who I've hid on the chat. So pretty much if you spam, you're pretty much always, your channel's always gonna be banned from talking on my live streams. Very severe punishment. I want some mods, but I don't want like random people modding for me. You know, there's so many people saying, oh, Hamza, I'll be a mod. It's like, I want people who I recognize from the channel, you know, people who have been commenting for months, years. So I wanted some mods for that. All right, let's do some semen retention shit, boys. Let me read something out to you. Okay, so if I do this and then do this and do this for Google Chrome, yeah. Can you guys read that? Okay, is it fuck. Yeah, there you go. Okay, how are we looking, boys? Can you see me okay? Can you read the text okay and everything? Your chat is going to be a little bit fucked, but okay. Fuck it. Alright, so you can see me okay, you can read the chat, yeah? Okay, that's good. So here we have a article that a friend of mine who's a fellow YouTuber will be talking about his channel soon. He sent me this over and I'm going to read it for you. You can read it with your own mind if you want. I'll read it and I'll just keep constantly giving you my perceptions of it. It's by some, looks like some some Indian guys. I'm like, what do you call these guys? What do you call the Indian Hindu? I assume he's Hinduist. But like not just what religion they are, but like what's the equivalent of like an imam or a priest in the Hindu religion? Do they have like a term for the guy who's at like, you know, who's preaching or something? It seems like it's by that guy, by Swami Sivananda Saraswati of Rishikesh. Monk. Would you just call him a monk? Just a Hindu monk or guru or sadhu? That's the one. Is that how you pronounce it? Sadhu. I don't think it'd be a monk. I don't think they'd call themselves a monk. I think it's the sadhu, isn't it? Or guru or something like that. This isn't a Shaolin monk, bro. Isn't Shaolin in fucking China, bro? Does he look Chinese to you? My dear brothers, the vital... So he's talking about the value of semen. My dear brothers, the vital energy, the virya that supports your life, which is the prana of pranas. What does prana mean? Prana. Definition. Life-giving force. So this guy, I don't know what his credentials are, but he's dressed like a monk and stuff, so we can trust him. He said the life forces of life forces, so like the ultimate life force, which shines in your sparkling eyes, which beams in your shining cheeks. When I read this like a few minutes ago, when he said which beams in your shining cheeks, I don't know if my mind's fucked, but I thought about ass cheeks straight away, and I was like, wait, what? It's a great treasure for you. Remember this point well. Virya is the virya. Does that mean semen or something? Definition. Virya is energy. So energy is the quintessential blood. 1 drop of semen is manufactured out of 40 drops of blood. I read this. I don't even know if that's actually, is this true? W or L, boys, is this true? 1 drop of semen is manufactured from 40 drops of blood. True or false? Is that true? Oh fuck, man. Blood is formed from food. Therefore, semen is derived from food in a multi-step process. Does semen come from blood? I don't think that's scientifically accurate. Well, I guess, yeah, well, everything comes from like energy, and I assume your capacity to produce semen would come down to the nutrients and the calories that you intake. The nutrients and calories that you intake create blood, and so blood is then transformed into semen. But that's very interesting. 1 drop of semen is manufactured out of 40 drops of blood. Mark here how valuable this fluid is. You guys can see me okay, yeah? Spam 1 if everything is okay with the stream setup, just so I can keep going. Let me just know. Spam 1 if everything's okay. Spam 2 if I have to change something. Oh. Okay, we're good. Let's go. Okay, stop spamming, boys. Let's go. A tree draws the essence or rasa from the earth. This essence is circulated throughout the tree, its twigs, branches, leaves, flowers, and fruits. The shining colors and life in the leaves, flowers, and fruits are due to this rasa. So rasa means kind of like energy. Similarly, so we've said the virya means semen. So the virya that is manufactured by the cells of the testes out of the blood gives color and vitality to the human body and its different organs. This guy is saying semen gives color and vitality to the human body and different organs. According to Ayurveda, semen is the last dhatu that is formed out of food. What dhatu mean, bro? We're learning some Hindi today, boys. Oh, well, this is what dhatu means. Yeah, thank you. Oh, metal, I don't think so. Is the last metal that's formed out of food. Out of food is manufactured cycle. Out of sickle comes blood, out of blood comes flesh, out of flesh comes fat, out of fat comes bone, out of bone comes marrow, out of marrow comes semen. Okay, so that's like when he said before that 1 drop of blood equals 40 drops of blood equals 1 drop of semen. This is perhaps the more realistic explanation, which is that with food we manufacture some random thing called cycle. With that comes blood, out of blood comes flesh, out of flesh out of flesh comes fat. Not for me anyway, I'm a fucking lean motherfucker. I'm not that lean right now, actually. I'm probably like, what body fat percentage am I right now? Abs are just about visible. Maybe like 15%. That was a fucking side point. Out of fat comes bone. Does bone come from fat? Out of bone comes marrow, out of marrow comes semen. Sounds like a rap. These are the sapta datas, or the 7 datas that support this life and body. Mark here how precious is semen. It is the last essence. It is the essence of essences. The virya comes out of very marrow that lies concealed in its bones. There are 3 divisions in each dhatu. Semen nourishes the physical body, the heart, and the intellect. Only the man who uses the physical body, the heart, and the intellect can have perfect brahmacharya. A wrestler who uses his physical body only, but keeps the intellect and heart undeveloped, cannot expect to have full bra. Does this mean like full prestige? Like prestige of the human experience. So brahmacharya is the practice of sexual chastity, so not having sex. Oh, okay. So not having sex leads to enlightenment. Interesting. Fuck. The semen that belongs to the heart and the mind will certainly flow out. If an aspirant does only japa and meditation, if he does not have developed the heart, then he will not practice physical exercise. Okay, yeah, whatever. Semen is the quintessence of food or blood. 1 drop of semen is manufactured out of 40 drops of blood, according to modern medical science. I might need a reference for that, bro. According to Ayurveda, it is elaborated out of 80 drops of blood. The 2 testes or seeds that are located in the scrotal bag are called secretory glands. The cells of these testes have been endowed with a particular property of secreting semen from the blood. Just as bees collect honey in the honeycomb drop by drop, so also the cells of the testes collect semen drop by drop from the blood. Falling of semen brings death. Preservation of semen gives life. Semen is the real vitality in men. It is the hidden treasure in man. It is the hidden treasure in man. It imparts Brahmate Jas to face and strength to the intellect. What's this mean? Brahmate Jas. The rays of the Lord. What have we learned so far? Semen is the vitality for men. Is that, do you guys believe that? Is semen the vitality for men? I thought semen retention was overrated. I'm not gonna lie. I saw all these like cringy YouTube videos and like, oh, day 1000 nofap and all this shit, and like obviously beyond nofap there's no point masturbating. Stop being a fucking loser. Stop watching porn. Stop being a fucking loser. But then with semen retention, particularly this idea of retaining like your seed and everything, I always felt there was some level of truth for that. But then I always thought semen retention in relation to sex was just stupid. It's like, oh well, you know, obviously don't fap, but if you can have sex with a girl, then yeah, like go and have sex and stuff. But I now realize sex and ejaculation are 2 different things. You can have sex while still being on semen retention, and when I explain that to you, you're going to be very interested with that. That might be one of the most important things you could learn as a young man, is how to have sex without busting a nut. It's fucking, it'll change your life, man. So this is talking about medicine shit. Grasp fully the importance and value of this vital essence of life. Virya is all power. So Virya means semen. Semen is all power. Semen is all money. Semen is God. Semen is God in motion. Semen is dynamic will. Is Atmata. It's God's vibhuti. Semen is the essence of life. W or L with semen is the essence of life. I mean, yeah. Oh, that's objectively true, isn't it? That is actually scientifically true. It is the essence of life, isn't it? Okay, let me show you a YouTuber, boys. You guys don't know about this guy just yet, but he's gonna be one of the next up. What's his name? This guy is so underrated right now. Like no one really knows him.
I know I'm going to catch a lot of heat.
I am subscribed to him. I'm just on my second channel here. Man's true power. Let's see about man's true power. How should I fit this on the screen? Sorry, boys. I'm just. Is that okay? I could go like full screen. I can't see the screen then. If I go full screen, do you see it full screen as well? Old dude just fucking staring at me as he walked past. Is this okay to see? You guys can see it, yeah? Or yeah, you're saying okay. Okay, sweet. Let's go.
Welcome back, my friend. Today we are going to be discussing why semen retention is a man's most ultimate power and how it can be accessed fully by the art of sexual transmutation. And by the end of this video,
who knows what sexual transmutation is? The what's that author's name? Napoleon Hill, I think, was one of the first like sort of modern Western people to talk about it. Napoleon Hill, in his book Think and Grow Rich. So sexual transmutation, in the short way to explain it, it's just redirecting that sort of sexual hunger drive that you have inside of you into something different, something more purposeful, something more related to your mission and objective goals and everything.
I will have convinced even the most logical and rational scientific thinkers among you to why your most powerful energy is found in your semen, your very life force. Women, if you are here, again, this kind of really pertains to men, but we all know you have many in your lives that you wish to see successful, divine, righteous, and powerful men. So hopefully by the end of this video, you can communicate to them equally, as well as I do, that their most ultimate power is found in their semen. And with that being said, let's go over to the whiteboard and get started, my friends. Okay, my friends, so we're going to begin with number one. I've kind of segmented these into 3 easy to follow steps, so hopefully I'm going to come at this in the most logical and systematic way without getting a little bit too circuitous, as I often do. But the number 1 step we need to understand to why semen retention is man's most ultimate power is that energy is everything. Everything we see is energy. Even physical objects, even your chair, your table, the computer screen you're seeing me through is vibrating at a particular frequency in order for you to interpret it and interact with it. It is a source of energy in this way. Energy is the fuel.
I've never personally understood that sort of theory of vibrations and energy and stuff. You know, people say that like, oh, everything is just vibrations or everything. A lot of people have been saying that recently with things like, oh, the law of vibrations and the law of attraction is all about, you know, being on the right vibe and the vibration and the energy. It's never really kind of like clicked in my brain for that to make sense personally.
And it is a source of power. Obvious, stating the obvious here, but we need to understand how energy relates to the human organism, to us, to our bodies. Now, the human organism is driven by 2 most fundamental primal energies. You are driven, firstly, by your need to survive, the organism, to keep the organism alive. That is the drive for food and survival. The reason you get up in the morning is because, first and fundamentally, you need to eat. And in today's society, that is mostly met. In Western society, we have an abundance of food, and we're not starving, thankfully. Granted, we can't speak for everyone, but most people watching me through your screen, you have access to food on a regular basis. The second most powerful energy that we need to understand is a working energy within our very biology as an organism, is the ability, our drive to have sex and reproduce. Now, what I want to get across and communicate effectively is male libido in particular, and I'm speaking directly to men as the title suggests, is the most powerful energy you have. You all know that. Also,
I'm seeing a bunch of comments from a bunch of like little skinny neck, skinny wrist motherfuckers. Oh, this guy's a geek, he's wearing glasses, he's writing on a whiteboard. Go fuck yourself, bro. Here's a fucking man who's putting out some like good quality work, which I respect. Go watch a fucking Andrew Tate Shorts channel, dumbass. If you can't like pay attention for 12 minutes to learn about something. God damn, bro. Oh, but he's right. He's made an educational video. Shut the fuck up. We're here to learn, bitch. Go watch a fucking 3 a.m. motivational montage. You gotta want it as much as you want to breathe. Shut up. Go watch a fucking little montage. Fucking Andrew Tate compilation, bro.
Fire that kind of rears up inside you whenever you get aroused or you.
We're here to learn, bro.
Accidentally come across.
And when I show you this video is about 2 years old, I think it's about 2 years old. When I show you this guy's newest videos and you see the transformation that he's went through, holy fuck, your respect for him is gonna increase. Hey, like, I don't know how someone can disrespect a man who's here literally just like trying to teach other guys some things about self-improvement, man. Shut the fuck up. Oh, but this is an educational video. It's boring. Like, shut up, pussy.
Some kind of soft porn on social media or YouTube, whatever the case may be, but it's so powerful, it almost takes you over. And that is the masculine energy in its essence, the overwhelming, powerful masculine energy. And you kind of see there how I've illustrated by the fire that builds up inside us whenever we feel the presence of our masculine libido. So everything is energy. Masculine energy is
He said male libido is overwhelmingly powerful, and that straight away just made me realize about, like, you can almost visualize the hordes of men who don't utilize their libido. Is that by a show of spamming your number? Spam 1 if you feel like you have a very powerful libido which you utilize correctly. Spam 2 if you have a powerful libido which you don't utilize correctly. And spam 3 if you don't have a powerful libido. 1 if you have a powerful libido which you're using correctly, you're utilizing it for productivity. 2 if you've got a powerful libido but right now you're just kind of like fapping or wasting it, whatever. And 3 if you just don't feel like you've got like a high libido, high sex drive at all. So for most of my life, I'd say it was 2. For some periods of my life, it would have been 3, where like I just felt like I didn't have much of a sex drive. And right now, for one of the few times of my life, it is well and truly 1. So we're pretty much just seeing 1 and 2, and every now and then a couple of 3s. There's a surprisingly a large amount of 1s. By saying 1, you're pretty much saying that you're a very productive guy and you're using your sexual energy for productivity, your mission, your purpose, your goals. I'm surprised that so many guys have said 1, actually. I thought the majority of guys would say 2. But I assume, you know, we're kind of biased with this selection sample because the majority of you guys are on self-improvements. So 1 and 2, pretty much. So if you feel like it's 3, in that your libido is just low, your sex drive is low, then that can be an issue psychologically or physically in terms of testosterone and, I'd say mostly probably just testosterone and just recovering from like not just fapping so often and everything. If you're saying 2, you're just not using your sexual energy productively, you haven't sexually transmutated just yet, and maybe this guide will teach us how. And if you're doing 1, then fantastic, you should become successful within a couple of years.
Absolute. The second and most important thing to understand, which is the key in all of this, to understanding why sex energy is your most powerful energy, is energy cannot be destroyed. And this is specifically to those of you who are particularly rational thinkers, who are scientific-minded, who like to see logic and systematic steps and diagrams and bar charts and everything like that. You want an answer, and I understand that. I do too. And it's found in the first law of thermodynamics, which states that energy can be transformed from one form to another, but it can neither be created nor can it be destroyed. So energy can only transform. And that is, again, for you rational thinkers, law. Now, semen retention is the practice of controlling this sex energy. We all know it's overwhelmingly powerful, volatile in some cases, and has probably gotten, well, it's gotten me into a lot of trouble on occasion, and no doubt men watching this, it's gotten you into your experiences of...
That's actually very interesting. He's just, you know, subtly just said his semen has got, like, his semen, his sort of like sexual libido has gotten him into trouble. And, you know, straight away in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I can relate. I've had, like, you know, bad experiences with girls. I've gotten into trouble because I've been like really horny, you know, like shit like that. And it's actually almost a universal experience for men to have very significant experiences related to our sex drive. When you think about it, a lot of your life is related to your sex drive, your libido. When you really think about it, think about how much of your life has been changed simply because of your libido. A significant amount, perhaps a lot of your goals are based on utilizing your libido, your sex drive, having sex, reproducing with women, you know, wanting to find a girlfriend, a partner, wanting to sleep with multiple girls, wanting to have children. When you're a little bit younger, maybe you're 17, 18 and you're like horny as fuck, or even 15, 16 and you're not focusing, it's because your sexual drive is so fucking powerful as a young man. Oh shit. That's actually a really good point that he made. It can get you in trouble and it can also cause very significant experiences of your life.
Hard situations, pardon the pun. But it is essentially the art of controlling this volatile sex energy, this violent sex energy, in its impulsive nature, because that's how I understand it to be when I'm not in control of it. It makes me very impulsive. It makes me, it's almost as if my body takes over and commits to making its desires known instead of my own, myself as a governing organism. And it has created many of these groups and groups and dogmas, I guess you would say, in the realm of social media and around the world. Things like nofap are appearing. I've just become savvy to this. But essentially, it's the art of abstinence and, in some cases, celibacy, when you are actively looking to control that sex energy and not let it control you. And this is why, I'm going back to the title again, why it's your most ultimate power. And why I believe all men should be practitioners of this. And it is because it is the art of conquering yourself. Lao Tzu, the father of Taoism, put this very poetically, and I'm just going to read this out, is, "He who conquers others is strong, but he who conquers himself is mighty." And again, I don't want to go off topic or on a tangent here, but the idea that a man has complete government and autonomy over not only his thoughts, but over his own impulsive natures, now that is something to be feared. That is a man to be trembling in fear of, or to be trembling in divinity of. That is a man unbounded from the shackles of sex culture, of pornography, of social media, of women.
That's actually a massive feat. What he's saying is that to influence and change other people is already, you know, a big enough thing to attract a woman, to get the respect of men. But to be able to change yourself, to be able to have control over your own impulses and desires is the next level, which is, I'd agree with that. That's actually a huge accomplishment.
Man who has no law to answer to but the law of his own mind. And that is a man to be either feared or to be greatly, greatly respected. And why I believe if you are looking to become the most complete man, it is a man who is unbounded by his own nature, by his own very biology. He doesn't give in to his own impulses, and he is not governed by his this internal dialogue, by the mind's chattering nature. So we have here, energy is everything. The masculine energy is very, very powerful. Energy cannot be destroyed, and we want to capture this energy, and in doing so, we capture ourselves, we conquer ourselves, we master ourselves. Now, here's where it gets very, very interesting, and where a lot of the practitioners of semen retention kind of hit a wall, and they're not really sure what to do with this energy once they've captured it, because again, it's very, very volatile. Now, semen retention is the ultimate power, but it pales in comparison unless you learn the art of sexual transmutation. And this, again, it goes back to the first law of thermodynamics. We can't create or destroy the sex energy, but we can transform it once we learn how to control it. And men are learning how to move and transform this sexual energy into an abundance of really, really promising things. Just to name a few kind of general ones, but relationships, economic success, and building businesses, establishing wealth. A lot of you will be drawn to this video because you have read books of the likes of David Data's The Way of the Superior Man, and Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, which explains very briefly that we can harness this energy and we can manifest it in in certain specific areas we would like to see progress, especially the economic and building businesses. But you don't need to take my word for it only. Again, there is a plethora. If you search online, you are inundated by so many testimonials from men who are not...
Let me show you one of his... A lot of people say this, that semen retention, like women will, it'll lead to woman attraction or something. Like.
So I wanted to speak very candidly about this idea of semen retention, magnetism, and the laws of polarity. I'm going to preface this story by saying that I really don't like sharing these kinds of female attraction stories because I believe it serves as a wrong precedent or a wrong rationality to why you should commit to doing this journey. And those who do this journey for the sake of attracting women into their lives will inevitably lose, unfortunately. So, you know, I mean, I was just in the gym just now, and, you know, I'm on my retention streak.
You will be more inclined to the women that ultimately will be partners for life, that will be wives for you, that will provide beautiful children for you.
You see his beard growth through all the videos that you watch of his.
Gentlemen, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be talking about the divine feminine. Now, this is a response to the previous video that I created about why they will hate you on retention, and this was addressing the reaction that you may typically get from the male counterpart whilst on this journey. Now, I think this particular phenomenon manifests itself as a consequence of our natural inclination of men to be more rational, logical, and more, again, intellectually inclined creatures. And when they begin to experience the presence of a true masculine, and they haven't typically expressed this or experienced rather this energy in their life, they will naturally be perplexed, and they may, of course, respond to you in a more negative way. We talked about some underlying bitterness and resentment towards yourself, the divine masculine. On the other hand, I should say rather, the response that we get from the feminine is charming. I'm sure you've experienced it yourself, but the reason why women have a natural inclination to respond positively to a man who has embodied the masculine principle is that empathic predisposition that they have. So women, of course, are more emotionally driven creatures, and they're more sensitive to the feeling of the environment, of the interaction around you. And of course, when you are coming from this whole abundant magnetic point of energy, they're going to be more inclined towards you. Now, this happens through a number of different reasons, and the first is because you have fundamentally healed yourself. If we can take the analogy of the drug addict, of somebody who is so chained to a external source like weed, alcohol, heroin, meth, and you have seen them in the streets in their dazed and dog-eared kind of states, and even if you brought them something to eat, they would never experience the kind of joy and dopamine that is associated with the highest highs of some of the paraphernalia that have been taken over time. This was once you, make no mistake. We can see ourselves in the eyes of a homeless individual on the street addicted to those kind of substances when we are addicted to pornography, a promiscuous lifestyle, and adult material. The presence, or I should say rather the effects it has on our neurochemistry is staggering. So you can imagine those big influxes of dopamine hitting your system once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day, how many times you were addicted to it. And you begin to become desensitized to the smaller pleasures in life. No longer does a walk on the beach, a interaction with a stranger, or a smile at someone feel as good as it once does, because you're allocating so much of that dopamine to that external stimuli. That's something that will cripple and poison your reward centers. So what then happens when you begin to abstain, refrain, and heal yourself from this particular substance? And this could be anything. Many of you who perhaps were taking some of the things I mentioned before and cut them out of your life will experience more joy being brought back to you. So again, that dopamine allocated to the illicit substances, we can take that dopamine and begin to integrate it back into our lifestyle. Walks on the beach, walks in the park, listening to birds chirping, watching a beautiful sunrise, now is experienced with so much.
How many of you noticed that? How many of you noticed that once you got on to no FAP or semen retention, you just started to enjoy the little things more in life? I think there's real science to show like your dopamine levels and all this sciencey shit, but when you're not hyper stimulating yourself with multiple tabs open of porn, fuck me, man. Literally, you first start off jacking off to pictures or just to your own visualizations, and you start watching like tame porn, which is just like, oh, lesbians, like, oh, girls kissing, oh my god, girls like scissoring and shit, and then you move on to fucking rough, aggressive like porn that you're watching. Then you're clicking on multiple tabs, you found your perfect porn star that you really like, then you've got multiple tabs open at once, and eventually you're watching like fucking porn compilations which have got like music, and it's like a trance-like state which tells you, like at the bottom it's got like a rhythm which tells you to like stroke your beat on dick to the rhythm. Fuck me. You level it up, and it's exactly like a drug where you build up the tolerance to porn and masturbation to the point that you need to like overdose on the substance to get the same kind of high that you used to do beforehand. And then you get withdrawal symptoms if you try and go on NoFap, you try and go on semen retention, you try to start watching porn, you literally start getting withdrawals. You get this weirdly physical craving to it, even though you know it's bad, and then you relapse and you feel worse. You get this like post-nut clarity, this like psychological shame and guilt. When you do finally make consistent long-term progress away from porn and masturbation, it almost returns like a childlike state for you, where you start to just enjoy real life so much more. How fucked is that? That's the negative effect of something that's so widely used and enjoyed, is that it literally makes you enjoy the rest of life less. And one of the things that I've recently been thinking about, which despises me, that pisses me off the most, is how much porn and masturbation is normalized for young men and teenagers. And it's this thing of like, oh well, it's normal, like everyone does it, like just go do it in your room, Roger. This fucking like Jeffrey propaganda that you see where people say like, oh no, but masturbation's actually healthy for you because it reduces your risk of prostate cancer. Shut up. We're like 20 years old. What are you talking about prostate cancer, bro? Dumbass.
joy, so much more dopamine, so we're so much more sensitively inclined to those natural phenomena that presents itself in life. And then after months of living this particular way and you're fully healed, you begin to tell yourself, this is how we were supposed to live. This is how it was supposed to be. Getting out of bed is so much more easy now because I experience so much joy in just breathing. And then when it comes to interactions with women and they understand that you're coming from this perspective of abundance, of joy, of that natural affinity and curiosity for life, they just want to chase that. They want to have what you have. They want to experience what you're experiencing. So much joy.
Forgive us for having fun, Hamza. Forgive us for having fun, Hamza. Let me fucking go on a rant here. Hang on, let me let me just make my video full screen. I don't know how you do that, bro. There you go. So I just went on a little rant then, talking about porn being bad for us and stuff. And this anime profile picture motherfucker just came into the chat and said, forgive us for having fun, Hamza. I'm going to repeat that again. I just went on a little rant saying that porn is bad for you, that porn and masturbation is bad for you. And this anime profile picture motherfucker just came in and said, forgive us for having fun, Hamza. You cannot make this shit up, bro. You cannot make this shit up. Anime profile picture motherfuckers, bro. Forgive us for having fun. Holy shit, man. That's got to be like a fake profile picture. It's got to be someone like fooling us, just sat there like, oh, I'm gonna troll Hamza. It's got to be. No one is like that, bro. It's got to be someone who's just trolling me. It's got to be. Like, he's pretending he's doing it now, so he just replied saying, got him, yeah. He's pretending now, isn't he? He's just kind of like, he said it thinking that he's being serious. Like, oh yeah, well, Hamza doesn't want us to have fun. And as soon as I called him out, he's just said like, oh, well, I got him. And Aravind as well. Like, they're pretending to troll, but I genuinely think they are how they seem. I genuinely think they genuinely like think to themselves, yeah, well, it's fun and like a little bit of porn and masturbation wouldn't affect me. And then when they get called out for it, these are the kind of guys who, when they get called out, they're like, oh, well, it's just a joke. Fucking no frame, no confidence, disgusting beliefs and personality. Holy fuck. I know this sounds horrible, but I never want to meet one of you guys, like one of you fucking anime profile pictures, Aravind and stuff. Imagine like meeting a guy like this, going to shake his hand and he's got fucking cum on his hands. Imagine that, bro. Imagine that. These guys who are saying, oh, but porn and masturbation's normal and it's kind of fun. Imagine like say, oh, what's up, bro? Go give him one of these. That's like, bro, if you go to fucking fuck me, bro. If you go to ever shake a fucking anime profile picture guy's hand, and then you just look at your hand afterwards, it's like, what's all this like yogurty? What this? Oh. Never, bro, if you know that a guy watches anime, never shake his hand, bro. Oh my god, imagine, I'd get pissed off, bro. Fucking anime guys, bro. And they'll be sat here like, oh, but anime's actually good. Yeah, like, anime's actually fun. Like, holy fuck, man. But Hamza, you don't watch anime, Hamza? Do I look like I watch anime? Fuck me, man. What happened to men? Honestly, you're an adult watching cartoons. You're an adult watching cartoons. It's the same as video games. Do you know, if you're a 10-year-old boy, a 15-year-old boy, even 16, 17-year-old boy, okay, cartoons and video games, you're a bit of a loser. You're not one of like the cool kids in school and stuff. Okay, fine. We've all been there. But when you're older than 18 and you're still watching cartoons, fucking anime, fucking Rick and Morty, and you're still playing video games, and you're watching this video right now, motherfuckers, like, this video will be clipped and posted onto YouTube, and people will, as always, oh, Hamza's being too serious. Well, what's wrong with video games? I disagree with Hamza's opinion on video games. I'm like, bro, you're an adult, aren't you? You're a man, aren't you? Aren't you like 20 years old, 18 years old, 22 years old, and you're watching cartoons? You're not successful. You haven't built the body that you want. You haven't achieved your goals. You have no accountability to your actions. You haven't retired your family, and you're talking about just being sat there with some like fucking potato crisp or some shit. Oh well, anime. If you've never tried anime and you can't have an opinion on anime, shut up. You've got an anime profile picture and motherfuckers telling me, well, if you've never tried anime, you can't have an opinion on it. They literally talk like drug addicts. They literally talk like drug addicts. Well, you've never even tried it. Why don't you just try it once? Why don't you just try it once, bro? Here, take the joint. Take the fucking anime. Like, how many of my boys watch anime? Oh my god. What is I know this is a take that's seen as like an L take, and everyone's like, oh well, Hamza's so wrong with this. He's being mean, and oh my fuck me, man. W or L for anime, boys. I think anime and video games is essentially the same thing. It's just grown-ups who haven't gotten out of like the childhood indulgence complacent state. The thing is, right, I'm just a guy on the internet, and you can do whatever you want, but you just need to realize that your actions have consequences. And when you're sat there lonely as fuck, when you're sat there broke, and you're like, oh, but W anime, and you're literally sat there and you've got less than £5,000 in your bank account, there's a reason why. It's simple. It's literally as simple as that. There is a reason why you've always heard of that like stereotypical common story of a young man who's addicted to things like anime, porn, and video games, gives them up, and then makes the most progress of his entire life. There's a reason why you see that exact same story all of the time. And all these guys saying W anime wonder why they're broke. They wonder why girls are so shallow. Girls only want guys who are rich. Girls only... like, do you not piece it together? Can you not see the link? And oh bro, the amount of guys who say, oh but Hamza doesn't have any fun. I promise you right now, if people observed in third person, imagine like everyone was a ghost, and in third person they observed my life or the life of a guy who plays video games and watches anime, every single person, 100 out of 100 people would literally think that I'm having more fun than these guys who say like, oh well, Hamza's not having any fun. Hamza's not having any fun because he doesn't watch anime or he doesn't play video games. This is literally the mentality of so many men, like the men who are your friends, the men who are around you. Their mentality is that if you don't play video games and you don't watch anime, that you aren't having fun in your life. They don't even realize that you can have fun in the normal real world without a fucking screen in front of you. They literally don't even realize. To them, if you aren't like watching some shit, and if you're not playing some shit, to them they think that, well, then you're not having any fun at all. Hamza doesn't play video games and he doesn't watch anything apart from educational content, so he must not be having fun. Oh well, I just want to forgive me for having a little bit of fun, Hamza. How can you think that's so... oh man, these guys literally think you're like living a boring life if you don't do the same like little fucking screen watching, content consuming, video game playing activities that they do. Think about that. They literally are convinced that you have a boring life if you don't play video games. Why do you think that is? Why do you think these anime profile motherfuckers, these anime profile pictures, why do you think they think this? Because they don't do anything else with their lives. So doesn't that inherently just show us what kind of life they're living because they play video games and they watch anime? Like, oh, but Hamza, you're missing out. Yeah, this is a W take right here. Stanley. The ironic thing is that the people saying, why can't we have fun, are actually not having fun. Living a life of indulgence is not fun. The fun starts when you get into self-improvement. That's 100% true. And all these little kids, they won't believe that. They won't believe that, and they'll cringe to that statement. The fun starts when you get onto self-improvement. The fun starts when you actually start living a healthy, normal life where you can enjoy the real world instead of just a fucking screen in front of you. Man. What happened to men, honestly? It's weird, you know, like I can ask a question like that, like, oh, what happened to men? I'm 25 years old. I've never actually experienced a time where men have been strong, but it's so weird that it's almost like I relate more to strong men of history that I've never even met before than I do to my generation of men right now. And every now and then there's like a shining light. Like I'm next to my gym right now. I'm about to go do a workout in about half an hour, and the amount of kids in there, I don't even mean to say kids in a disrespectful way, because I wouldn't even consider them like boys or, you know, children or anything. They're all 14, 15, 16, 17 years old, and they're disciplined. Like this city that I'm in right now, it's called Inverness in Scotland. Inverness, that's where I am right now. I'm going to be here for maybe another week or so I'll do some like meetups and stuff. But there's this one gym that I go to here, and literally there's such a weird culture of 16-year-olds who are literally waiting half an hour, 1 hour after school. They take the bus after school after waiting for 45 minutes. They take the bus here, and literally, I don't know if this is normal for you guys. Let me know, is this just weird for me or for you guys? You go into a gym and there's literally 20, 30 school kids there. I've never seen that before in my entire life. You go into a gym and there's literally 20, 30, 17-year-olds, and they're all fucking like lifting properly. They're in the gym lifting. Little 16-year-olds, little 17-year-olds, and these anime profile picture motherfuckers are here saying, oh, well, Hamza won't let us have fun. How does a 16-year-old boy have more discipline than you? Anime profile picture motherfuckers. How are like grown-ass men here talking about like, oh, but Hamza, Super Smash Bros, Hamza. Aren't you going to play Elden Ring, Hamza? What about 1 hour of it? Shut up. Shut up. What? I know I seem like an asshole for this, because, you know, you're allowed to like do what you want, and, you know, oh, here's this judgmental guy, he's being a bit aggressive. But fuck, man. When you've been on the other side of this and you've seen the consequences of what happens to men when they make the wrong choices and they end up with fucking mental illnesses and they end up hating their lives, this is why I get so emotional and so serious about this shit, because I've seen the other side. All of these guys, all these little anime profile pictures, they haven't seen the consequences of their actions just yet. They think it's normal to live a life of loneliness. They think it's normal to live a life of like poor health and negative thoughts. They think that's normal because that's all they've ever experienced. They've not like experienced the life that I have, where I've experienced both sides to life, right? This is the thing about, you know, you're hearing from this guy who's ranting about like, you know, anime and video games and porn and drugs and partying and stuff. You're not hearing this from some like random imam or some priest who's never experienced these things. You're hearing these words from a guy who has totally indulged in the things that you're addicted to. If you're watching this video right now and you're addicted to video games, you're addicted to porn, you're addicted to drugs, you're watching bullshit media entertainments. When you watch me criticize those things, it seems so easy to say, oh, well, you know, he's not having fun. Bro, I was doing those things more than you could imagine. I've experienced both sides to life now. I've totally indulged in the instant gratification activities, and I've totally indulged or just committed and disciplined myself to the delayed gratification activities. And I'm telling you right now, as a man who's experienced both sides to life, I'm telling you, there isn't many of us. You have not met many men who have experienced both sides. Usually it's just the guy who's a fucking total loser for all of his life, or the guy who's just pretty much always had that positive feedback loop. He's always been pretty productive and everything. What you see in front of you is a rare opportunity to see both. You're hearing the words of a man who's experienced both sides to life. You don't even know what life can be like. All these guys, look at them just spamming. Oh, this isn't a good look, Hamza. This isn't a good look, Hamza. Oh, Hamza. Oh, watch out, Hamza. Anime's okay. Moderation is key. Go fuck yourself. Moderation is key. I'm tired of that fucking weak mantra. This Jeffrey propaganda that all these motherfuckers who criticize me is like, oh, but Hamza doesn't understand that balance is key. Shut up. Balance is key. Shut up. Stop being a coward. Oh, but Hamza, moderation and everything in balance. Just shut up. You can't use like this fucking, oh, but you know, I'm sophisticated, I'm intellectual because balance is key, Hamza. Shut up. Never ever push towards something that is inherently bad for you. And if you don't believe something like anime and video games is bad for you, your mind is literally so fucked up. You've got Stockholm syndrome. Honestly, all of these guys defending All of these guys defending video games, all of these guys defending anime literally have like symptoms of Stockholm syndrome. They're like, no, not my abuser, not my abuser. He's really nice. He takes care of me, daddy. How do you sit there and mouth read and watch anime? Like, if you're gonna watch stuff, okay, you know, educational material's fantastic. Let's grow as men. But if you're broke right now, shut the fuck up about anime. Honestly, like, I need to be a little bit more aggressive. If you're broke right now, if you're not successful, if you don't like your life, if you're not healthy, if you've got less than like a few £1,000s equivalent in your bank account, then shut up, bro. What are you talking about? Like, oh, 1 hour a day, Hamza? Shut up. You don't have that 1 hour to waste. And these guys, oh, you'll end up alone and without friends if you don't know how to have fun with others. This guy thinks that having fun with others is him and his little virgin friend sat there mouth breathing. This is a good episode of Rick and Morty. How is that having fun with others? These guys literally, they say this shit to me all the time. Oh, but Hamza would struggle to make friends because he doesn't watch the newest movies. You're telling me that the only friends you have are those guys that you discuss movies and anime and video games with? So not only do we know that you're a loser, but of course, obviously, we know that the people you're hanging out with is losers. Let's go through some super chats. Let's watch some more sexual transmutation content. It's been an hour already. Fuck. Falcon Bizak 199. Thank you, bro. Oh, you're here quite often, man. Swastik. Swastik. Is that that sounds racist, right? Is that swastik? What's that shit called? Swastika. What's the German, like, it was like the Nazi sign or something. What's that called? Swastika. You know the that was a weird thing to move on to, but what's that shit called? Swastika, yeah. It's not this guy's name, but I just yeah, whatever. Sapathy. Been a year since I found your channel and you changed my life for the better. I'm in the best shape of my life right now. Thank you so much, brother. You're welcome, man. Thank you for the $5, bro. Falcon Bizak super chatted £2. Smartwatch greater than Rolex. Yeah, agreed. This watch here, bro, I bought it for like £30. I've literally not even... Do you want to see one of the first few times I've taken it off? I probably have like a different tan line there, yeah. I put this watch on, I think in January or February, and I've taken it off like 2-3 times. I've literally kept it on through 4 or 5 different countries, in the waterfall of Thailand, in the ocean, in Amsterdam, in Greece, in Mexico, in Dubai. Fuck me, this watch has been with me. I've literally, it still works. I've literally kept it in every single day, in the sauna, in the gym, sweating, in showers, in everything, bro. This little £30 watch, and I literally bought it. I'm one of the very few people who bought a watch to literally tell the time. I like the time just being in my face 24/7. It's the one thing I think we should have a scarcity mindset for. Chuckle, £2. What's your skincare routine? I don't have one, man. It's Crossy 279. Love the move you're making with the main channel. Yeah, thank you, man. 279. A lot of people have been saying that this channel here, the second channel, is like, oh, it's going worse. You know, Hamza used to post like the unfiltered content here, and we only want unfiltered content on this second channel. But like, I wasn't doing those videos anyway. Like, I stopped doing those videos. So it felt fine to me to like live stream on this second channel and just post the live stream things here. And, you know, people who didn't want to watch the live streams, it's like, oh yeah, well, just don't really have to watch them and everything. But yeah. Shivan, New Zealand, $10. Do you have experience or resources on tantric sex? It seems sex is really about ejaculation driven by media and porn. Keen for your thoughts. Appreciate the content. Keep improving young men's lives. Thank you, bro. Tantric sex, I don't know necessarily what that means, but then you've said it seems like sex is about ejaculation. Yeah, so this is something I'm transitioning to myself. So usual sex is essentially it's just your progression to ejaculation. Everything's based on you just progressing to the point of ejaculation and climax, and it ends there. And if you're a normal guy, your sex game is going to be quite whack, honestly. And that's just because, you know, most guys are pretty bad at sex, and then, you know, parts of like physical and dominance and mentality and everything. But a big improvement that I've personally found is that when I'm on semen retention, even when I have sex, my skill and my ability to like perform goes through the fucking roof. Holy fuck. I should explain that fully at some point, how I do it. The best is yet to come. Super chat at £10. Thank you, man. Have you read King, Warrior, Magician, Lover? If you're a fan of The Way of the Superior Man, I think you'll enjoy this book as well. It's been recommended to me before. I'll look into it, man. King, Warrior, Magician. That's the male archetypes, I think. Joshua Silver super chatted $14.99. You saved me. Thank you, bro. Sadeep Singh $4.99. Hey boss, much love for going out your way to change others' lives. Love from Cali. Also, do you speak Punjabi? I speak Urdu. Thank you, man. Sadeep Singh, another $19.99. Thank you, man. Is it the same guy? Yeah. Thank you for going out of your way to help us and help yourself to be better as men. Showing us what our lives we live is a complete life. Do you speak Punjabi or Urdu? Yeah, I speak Urdu, man. Have you read the autobiography of a yogi? Surya Sinia. Nav, no? Which one would you recommend? We got so many donations in this one, man. Fucking sick. It's always so fucking nice going through them. I'm like, holy fuck, I just made like a whole week's wage of like my last job in an hour. How fucking mad is that, man? I'm so fucking grateful. Improving Nick. So I've got to do this. Maybe I don't want to waste your time sort of explaining this on the live stream here. Maybe I'll just write a community post. But honestly, live streaming has been like the most intrinsically motivating part of my work that I've ever had before. Like I'm so motivated and so just enjoying the process of live streaming so much. I am a little bit fearful that it's kind of tainting my character and my brand image of like, being more like Adonis and peaceful, because naturally in this state of like this hyperactive chat and, you get into emotional rants and everything, which perform better on live streams. I'm a little bit fearful that like when I do get into these rants, it kind of like lowers my sort of reputation and character, which may then deteriorate some of the effects of the main channel. So that's something I'm figuring out. Should I not level up my skill of live streaming and instead be more like Adonis and meditative and everything, slower and not offensive and not screaming at people on live stream, which then would supplement my main channel, but then the live streams would perform worse, or what? Talking gets me out of breath, man. Improving Nick $4.99. Hamza is right, retention works. 17 vids made this week because of retention. Fucking hell, 17. Glad I saw your videos. You helped me change my body. Now I have a purpose. Good man. $14.99 from Jacob Zwag. Sell me your watch. Nah, I would never fucking sell this watch, but I might do a deal with Casio and see if they'd make like a custom watch for us. A social guarantee, $2. My net worth was $16.09. Now it's 14. Oh nah, man. Bro just gave me fucking what 15% of his net worth. Don't donate if you don't have that much money, man. Fuck. Social guarantee. I'll have a look out. If you want a refund, let me know, bro. I can't have you just having fucking $14 in your chat, bro. You need it more than I do, man. Roger Sweeney super chatted $2.99. How tall is Adonis? Tall enough, bro. Sadeep Singh $4.99. Do you still think it's best advice for young men to quit YouTube? So my opinion on YouTube is quite mixed. I don't class it as a normal social media as I do with TikTok and Instagram. I think what you should instead see is, are you using YouTube for education or not? So for example, I won't quit YouTube, like watching YouTube. Obviously I'm a creator and it's my business, so I'm obviously posting, but in terms of watching and consuming YouTube, I won't quit it even though I've quit social media, because for me my YouTube consumption is very educational. Like you've seen, I literally watch videos of guys who have got a whiteboard behind them and they're walking through processes and everything. So I watch videos like that, and to me that's extremely beneficial. My life changed forever when I started watching YouTube videos like this. I think you should quit watching YouTube. Not so much even, it's not nothing about YouTube at all, honestly. It's not about YouTube or the platform. It's more just quit watching brainless entertainment content. If you're watching that on YouTube, then yeah, stop watching YouTube. But just stop wasting your time with entertainment shit, man. Come on. You're a grown-ass man. You don't need entertainment, bro. You don't need entertainment. You need education. How people spend an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours every day, 10 hours a week, 20, 30, 40 hours a week on entertainment, and then complain about being broke, I'll never understand. I'll never understand that. you'll never be able to compete. You want to start a YouTube channel, bro? I'll fucking destroy you. Honestly, you want to start a YouTube channel whilst you watch entertainment content? I'll destroy you. You want to get into like fitness to attract girls, bro? I'll dominate you. You're spending 10, 20, 50 hours a week entertaining yourself. The top 1% of men are total fucking killers. We're not entertaining ourselves, bro. We're not entertaining ourselves. And as always, I like to relate everything back to the race of men, that we're competing for the resources that we want, the money, the women, the status. The top 1% of men are not sitting around watching fucking entertainment. And don't you fucking, you know, some of these guys, oh, but didn't you know that Elon Musk plays video games? Shut up. Just shut up, okay? The top 1% of men are not wasting the time with fucking entertainment. Now, if you don't want to be the top 1% of men, if you don't want to get the attraction from women, if you don't want to get the respect from men, if you don't want to make money and become successful, fine. But then you're on the wrong channel. If you're watching a channel like this, it's because you want to get into the top 1% of men. And I'm telling you, bro, I'm telling you, the top 1% of men are not sat around watching anime. Simple as that. Whilst you're watching anime, the future woman of your dreams, she's spending time doing something else, bro. Bruno Murky, 50 Hong Kongian dollars. Thank you, bro. Let me know if you want to conquer TikTok with short form content. Can send you some of the results I did for influencers. Send it to my email, bro. Bruno. business.hamza.ahmed@gmail.com. Aditya Singh, £2. Hamza, please continue live streaming. Thank you, man. Joshua NYC 499. One thing I could say, Hamza, thank you for my first self-improvement YouTuber. You changed my life. I've been getting lazy recently, but I'm back on track. That's good to hear, man. Chris 199. You ever want to release self-improvement music? Want to help? Self-improvement music. I've never heard of that before. What's it going to be? Like fucking motivational beats, binaural beats, and like, yeah. You can do it. Ding 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 ding. You go, girl. Ding 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 ding. Believe in yourself. Strength is the way. Make sure you delay gratification. Fucking self-improvement music, bro. Okay, let me show you a video quick. I've got about probably 25 minutes. Then I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna hit a gym workout. I really like this guy's video here. This is that the one? Yeah. Yeah. I really like this guy's YouTube channel. This is like, he's kind of like First Man and Me. He makes some fucking good ass videos for like our same target audience. Let's watch this one. Let's see if we learn something. Tripling testosterone with semen retention.
He's tripled his testosterone in 3 months.
You guys can see me okay, yeah? Oh, this is a little bit big, isn't it? I need to get faster with this, like the keys for this shit. How do people have it so that you can see the YouTube, but also them at the same time? I guess if I just do this, maybe. Fuck. It's hard, man. I can't wait to get back onto my PC. Can you guys see this okay? Maybe I'll disable the chat or something, or... Yeah, I need to get better at this shit, don't I? Oh, this is so annoying, bro. How do I find like the way to set all these windows up which you can see everyone? Can you see? This video is called Tripling Testosterone. Yeah, we'll do it like this. Tripling testosterone with semen retention.
Just through practicing he's tripled his testosterone in 3 months just through practicing abstinence. So here's an observation I've made in relation to modern man's predicament. Why he's miserable, why he's experiencing all these negative emotions, these lower negative emotions, shame, apathy, guilt, depression, and all the neurotic tendencies that you can throw into there as well. You've got your stress as well. So in short, he's having PMS. Let me explain that in just a moment. It is the feminization, or should I say the estrogenization.
Yo, fucking W for this guy's YouTube progression. We watched the video of him literally 20 minutes ago. You saw it with his like patchy beard and everything, little whiteboard behind him. Now, holy fuck, look at the difference of his video quality now. Look at that editing and everything.
It is the
I love seeing this, man.
Or should I say the estrogen.
I love seeing YouTubers level up like this, bro. You see like their progression over time with like, it's literally such a beautiful thing to see like a YouTuber's content just getting better and better through their channel. Like if you watch some of my old videos and you compare them, holy fuck. Like if we look at this guy's videos from just 2 years ago.
How did it ever come to this, my friend?
How close he stands to the camera and shit, like.
I mean, what really is... How to...
Now look at that, man. Well played.
Feminization of men, which is contributing to a substantial amount of the negative experience that we as men might be experiencing day to day. Now, this follows a previous video I did on the notion of a hormone war. There is a war, gentlemen, against testosterone. It's estrogen versus testosterone. Unfortunately, the former is seeming to be prevailing at the moment because a lot of these socio-political issues that you're seeing at the moment, I really feel stem from just an imbalance of our biology, an imbalance of our hormonal profile. And also, it is the absence or shallow understanding of the influences testosterone have in our blood, which, if we understood, is the solution to our problem, and we would really be focusing a lot more due diligently on optimizing that hormonal profile. So let me give it to you in this particular video. The competition chemical. Now, it's not really a chemical, it's more a hormone, but I kind of enjoy the heading as it's grounded as what you and I as a man should really value out of the experience of having higher testosterone. Look, beyond the surface level characteristics of testosterone, and we can talk about, increased muscle bulk, we can talk about deeper voice, we can talk about, all these kinds of things, but it is the predisposition for our competitive behavior which sets us apart from the opposite sex.
I like that. So we just said one of the biggest effects of testosterone is you are more likely to engage in competitive behavior. The scientist Andrew Huberman has a nice statement which I've liked, which is that the biggest effect of testosterone is that it makes effort feel good. Think about that statement. The biggest impact of testosterone is that it makes effort feel good. Think about how fucking nice that would be. That effort for you, whether in the gym or in your work or in social skills or approaching that woman, would literally feel pleasant. It would feel pleasant to go and work hard. Think about how nice that would be. Maybe, all these anime profile motherfuckers that I've been like laughing at and everything, maybe it's as simple as just telling them all, yeah, you've probably got low testosterone. The reason why these guys are spending 2 hours a day watching anime and playing video games is because they don't enjoy work and being productive. I couldn't imagine. I literally could I couldn't imagine being sat there for 2 hours at the end of the day just trying to unwind. Oh, I've had a hard day. Time to play some video games to rest. Shut up, bro. If I need to rest, I go to sleep. If I need to rest, I go to sleep. But if I've still got more time and energy for the day, you bet your ass that I'm being productive. I'm researching my goals. If I don't have much energy, yeah, I'll lie down and I'll research my goals. I'll read on my Kindle or something. But I'm still being productive. Effort feels good when you've got high testosterone. It feels good to work. These guys who are like, oh, well, anime, that's simply, they only chase pleasure and entertainment simply because work doesn't feel good for them because they've got low testosterone.
This is the fundamental characteristics of testosterone that only a lesser evolved man overlooks. It is the divine variable that makes you and me a king. Okay, so let me dispense with the description for a moment for sake of a more factual and intellectual discussion. What am I saying? I'm saying that testosterone not only builds muscle, it not only burns fat, and heightens masculine characteristics, of course. But what I'm saying is that it also negates negative emotion. It negates the feelings of apathy, of shame, of guilt that many of us experience on a day-to-day basis. And it also increases how compelling you find competitive behavior. Guys, what I mean is that an individual that is experiencing high testosterone experiences pleasure in competitive tasks, building businesses, lifting heavy weights, practicing martial arts.
That's nice. So he just said the same thing as Andrew Tate then. The more testosterone you have, the more pleasure and happiness and feel-good emotions you will get from competitiveness and working hard. How fucking nice, bro. When your testosterone levels aren't fucked, you want to work hard. When your testosterone levels aren't fucked, you don't want to play video games or whatever. You literally just think to yourself, like, why would I waste an hour of my time acting like a normal, average, modern man when I can just go keep working on my business, on my fitness, on my goals?
Getting up early in the cold hours of the morning to go for a 5K run, approaching beautiful women. All these tasks have an element of competition. And like I say, the reason that a lot of you might look at those particular habits and think, yes, I want to do that kind of shit every single day. And the reason you're experiencing resistance or a lack of consistency into integrating them into your lifestyle isn't because you're lazy or isn't because you're unmotivated. It is because your testosterone is low. So instead of trying to develop discipline and consistency, which again, I'm not against, it has a fundamental role in the actualization of your higher self, it's going to be so much easier to integrate those kind of characteristics into your lifestyle if biology is on your side. Let's talk about tripling testosterone through SR. So here's what a lot of you want to know. You want to know what are the effects of semen retention on testosterone? And the answer is a significant one. A significant effect happens on your testosterone profile when you stop jerking off, when you stop releasing your semen needlessly, when you stop living a promiscuous lifestyle. So recently somebody forwarded me a very interesting case study. The case study was predicated on the effects of free base testosterone levels on an individual that would abstain from ejaculation for 300 days with the lab results. And I'm going to show you those results right now. So guys, what I'm going to do, because I want to give all credit to the creator here, is I'm going to link the story in the description below. Please go and read it for yourself. But you know, if you'd like me to read it, I'm going to do that here. That's what you all came here for. So this individual thought he would go ahead and post his testosterone blood drawn results from his last streak, which lasted about 302 days. He's gone from masturbating once every 4 days on average for the last 15 years straight to going without any porn, no masturbation, no sex. He also remarks that he was single throughout this period. Now, you know, he kind of mentioned here by happenstance that he found that he did a free-base testosterone lab result test prior to learning about semen retention. He stumbled onto some of my content, some other people's content, and the notion of semen retention and the practice, and he just thought, you know, why don't I do like a little experiment on myself? And see.
By the way, if you don't know, the most common cited study of semen retention and nofap on testosterone is that there is a 140% increase. Or your testosterone goes up to 140%, which means that it goes up by 40%, which means that it goes up by like 0.4 or 1.4 times. So if your testosterone is 500 nanograms per deciliter on average, after 1 week of nofap, it could potentially be, at least cited in this one particular study that's like very commonly used to discuss nofap and testosterone, you could see a increase to 700. So potentially, if you are on 500 nanograms of testosterone per deciliter, you know, whatever the metric is for total testosterone, and you know, free testosterone, we expect it to be relative or whatever, but of course there can be differences and sciencey fucking jargon and shit, but just roughly, if you're on roughly 500, then maybe you could go up to about 700 after a week of nofap and semen retention and everything. But interestingly, what that study found was that after about a week, the effect on testosterone from nofap actually starts to diminish, and it goes back down again to just above base level. So it's interesting that your testosterone not spikes, but gradually increases by about 40%, and then after that it kind of like slows back down. So it's almost like it goes up pretty substantially to kind of tell you like, bro, come on, let's fuck, come on, let's get it. And then when you've not had sex for about a week, it kind of realizes like, oh yeah, he's a loser, just take it away, he doesn't really need it. That's so far the major cited study that people use to discuss nofap and semen retention and testosterone. And this isn't exactly a study, this is just some Redditor's account, and he might be lying and whatever, but hopefully we can take some learning lessons from it.
See what happens to my free-base testosterone. So he's already had lab results of when he was in that kind of degenerate lifestyle, and then he's done a free-base lab result every single month into that 300-day streak. So what he's done is he's got the results right here, so you can kind of see on my screen. This is the lab test taken in August, 2 months before the beginning of his streak. This first free-based testosterone test he's ever taken, and as you can see, he's barely above the normal range established by the algorithm for men his age, and he's 28 at 68 pg/ml. And pg/ml just stands for picograms per milliliter. So 68 picograms per milliliter.
And like he's mentioned, that's just above low on this particular company. So now this individual is taking another test, and this was during No Nut November, which is the first month of his streak, and he's climbed up, substantial markers. It's gone from 68 to 114, and he's right in the middle, what we consider normal. Now here's where things get interesting, ladies and gentlemen, or gentlemen. There are any ladies in here. So these lab results are from December, and this was around the second month into his streak, and as you can see, he's now above the upper range of normal for men his age. So 212, gone from 68 to 212 in 2 months. And then we've got next month, third month, January 2022, slightly higher than previous month at 226. And I believe that's actually the peak results he's got here. So he's gone from, if we want to do it properly, let's say 3 months, he's gone from 68 picograms per milliliter to 212. So he's tripled his testosterone in 3 months just through practicing abstinence. He does go on to include more results. You can see here, we've got 226, and then February he's gone down a little bit, 171, still pretty high, and then he's gone back 197 next month. He's gone back down to 179 in April. He's gone back up to 201, and of course there's going to be fluctuations depending on lifestyle and other characteristics that we just can't control, of course. And then he does have quite a significant dip in July, but he did note here, so 8th month of his streak. But he did take a break from weightlifting, so he wasn't lifting weights in this month, which is also credence to the fact that you have to transmute that sexual energy. You have to be lifting weights, you have to be exercising, because that's made a significant difference. Still significantly higher than when he was masturbating. He's still doubled his testosterone with the integration of abstinence into his life without lifting weights, which is hugely significant. So I just want to say very quickly, thank you so much to this creator. This individual is called Anu House. Probably butchered that, but please go and read it for yourself. It's a very interesting study. I think it's more credence to the fact that many people are skeptical about doing this journey. Will it increase my testosterone? Will I get the results he wants? It's a big sacrifice maybe some of you have to make, but I think whenever porn's concerned, there isn't really much of a sacrifice to make. Now let's talk about just the benefits of being masculine. Now, semen retention benefits seem to be conflated with some kind of esoteric idea of getting closer to God, and I do believe there is a lot of rationality towards that claim. But I think a lot of you who are rationally minded, who believe in science, who believe in the literature, who believe in evidence, should take what I've just shown you so seriously. If an individual's testosterone levels are doubling and tripling just through abstinence, we should be taking notice of that. Those are significant results, and I think it might be more accurate to say that the results or the benefits of semen retention aren't attributed to this esoteric idea, but I do believe there is a narrative there, but more to the fact that you're increasing your testosterone levels. And with that, like I mentioned, higher quality emotions, less apathy, less guilt, less shame, less depression, more joy.
It seems realistic to think that if you go onto semen retention, you go onto NoFap, and you're just not busting nuts at all, that your testosterone would rise because your body would want to symbolize to you, like, we have this excess energy, let's put it into use. Either let's go have sex right now, so it will skyrocket your libido, and if it realizes, okay, we're not having sex for some reason, he's still retaining his seed, then the way I've always seen it is that your body and your mind and your soul will kind of just subtly make you more likely to go and do the productive things that it knows for a fact that would result in you being able to attract more women. So either, as long as you're not busting nuts, you'll find a desire to have sex will go up, and if you're not having sex, you'll find that the desire to do the things that will improve you as a man to attract the women to have sex with go up. I think your brain and your body and your soul are incredibly intelligent. It's very interesting.
More courage, more peace, more enlightenment. And then you're starting to increase your competitive behavior from some of those habits that you want integrated into your lifestyle, which we're all seeking to do. So it's more accurate to say it's testosterone benefits. It's benefits of being a masculine man, of course. So guys, I really believe that this is the most compelling evidence that we've come across in our community so far. Go and give some love to the creator, and go share it with other people, and certainly go and practice what this guy's preaching. I know
First one has a testosterone video recently.
We've got a bunch of products here at First Man. Okay guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I want to do a testosterone increasing tier list. There's a lot of conflicted information out there. A lot of people saying, oh, there's this one thing that you can do that will increase your testosterone.
First one looking jacked recently, isn't he? Fucking look at the shape on him, and fucking lean as fuck. Marshall, you gotta respect this guy, bro. He literally, he's got videos of him on his channel literally looking like scratched up, little shitty beard, skinny neck and everything. Videos of him 2 years ago saying he was gonna achieve everything that he has recently achieved. You've gotta respect him for that, man. This guy has literally made videos that you can see on his channel 2 years ago where he was literally saying, okay, these are my goals, I'm gonna achieve them by before the time I'm age 30. He just hit age 30 and he achieved everything he said he was gonna achieve. I fucking respect that, man.
Complete bullshit, as you guys know. So I'm just going to give you a list of what I think is like the
okay guys, we have a bunch of products here.
main things that you can do, and I'm reading it off my phone, but what I will do in post edit is create an actual chart that looks pretty decent. I might pay somebody to make something really nice, like an
testosterone increasing tier list. Tier 1, so that tier 1 is like, okay, the most basic shit. Make sure you get enough water, healthy fats, low stress, sunlight and stuff. Tier 2 is the smaller thing: masturbation, fluoride, osmosis, cleaning products, low alcohol. I'd put alcohol in number 1 actually. Environment, natural booster, shower head filter, being around women / having sex, being around competitive men. Tier 3, receipts, plastic bottles, multivitamins, screen and TV, and chlorine.
Infographics, so you guys can actually keep it, share it around, whatever. This is what I think is like if I thought for longer, I might have come up with some more things, but this is what I think the basics are, okay, on different levels. Now, I think the important thing to do is start with tier 1. Like, tier 1 is the basics of life. And this is what people often get wrong. They're like, but what about this one thing? Like, for example, I'm creating a men's body wash, testosterone friendly. Using that body wash every day will have an effect on your testosterone levels. Will it be the main thing? No. And this is the problem. Is people are like, it's that one testosterone, it's that one toothpaste that contains fluoride. Look, the main thing, you can do all the worst things to your testosterone levels, and your testosterone levels will still be high if you do everything that's in tier 1, because these are the basic, like, foundational qualities of testosterone that is required to keep it high, okay? So this is like your 80-20 rule. If you do these, this is like the 80%.
Yeah, I respect him for saying that, man. He sells like testosterone supplements and everything, but I respect him for literally just saying, yep, the 80-20 rule, the 80% of like most important things is literally just these basic ass, you know, the things that you've always heard which affect testosterone, but it's always like an unsexy answer of like, yeah, like just sleep and exercise and have a decent diet and stuff. It's like, well, yeah, these things are going to be the most valuable by far. It's usually kind of upsetting when you read a list like this, because you're like, oh man, like I do all of them anyway, so there's not, you know, much more that I can do to optimize my testosterone.
So the first thing that you can do, guys, is drink enough water. Now, it's a standard requirement for your body. If you're not drinking enough water, then what are you doing? Like, it's so obvious. If you're dehydrated, how can you expect your body to operate on a normal level? Most people are chronically dehydrated every single day.
Oh.
I used to be, the way I got around it was I went and bought 2 1-litre bottles of water, and I would take them to the gym in the morning. I drink them both while I'm training between sets, and then I fill them up at the end, take them home and drink them again. It's the easiest way. There's better ways to improve the water that you're drinking that will have an effect on your testosterone, but as a basic requirement, you have to drink enough, guys. If you're going to the gym and you're a man, it's very likely 4 litres of water per day. Number 2 is sleep. If you're not getting at least 7 hours per night, ideally 8, testosterone is just not going to be at an optimal level. It's just, you know, people talk about, oh, you have to do this one thing. It's like, just get to bed, just try and sleep. And try and sleep between the same times too. The next one is lifting weights, especially compound lifts, heavy weights, etc. We all know this. Like, if you've got low testosterone or low energy,
lift heavy weights for testosterone is very, very overrated. I don't think maybe Chris Firstman hasn't really seen the studies on this. I've looked into the studies of weightlifting, and like I'm a fucking gym bro. Do you know what I mean? I'd be telling you guys, oh yeah, like get into the gym for testosterone, bro. The amount of guys who tell you like, oh yeah, lift heavy weights for testosterone, it's so overblown. There's a very small increase in testosterone if you go and lift weights, and it's so small and acute. And acute means it's so like insignificant. It's so short term that by the time you finish your workout, the testosterone increase has actually went down. And if you do a normal like full-on bro kind of workout, compound deadlifts and accessories and 1 hour workout, 1.5 hour workout, your testosterone will actually go down from weightlifting. No one actually says this. This is like one of the most controversial things for me to ever say to a bunch of gym bros who are so certain. Your testosterone is going down from most weightlifting routines. It's just the nature of things that the cortisol spike after a 1 hour, 1.5 hour workout is going to plummet your testosterone. The amount of people who say like lift heavy weights to get testosterone, it's not true, bro. It's really not true. Maybe the only real way, if you just wanted to improve your testosterone, is come into the gym and do literally 1 to 3 sets of either squats or deadlifts and then go home, but no one's doing that. Literally no one's doing that. Everyone's coming to the gym and then doing a full length workout routine. And if you're doing a full length, you know, push pull legs, full body, upper lower split, whatever, and I do them as well, you know, if you're doing the kind of workout routine that's good for building muscle and strength, your testosterone's going to go down because your cortisol hormone spikes up, and then the recovery time just is going to fuck up your testosterone. Someone here has asked a very good question. He said, his name's Hudis, but isn't that just the short term? Wouldn't it elevate over time? I've always thought your testosterone will elevate over time that you go to the gym, not necessarily just because you've been weightlifting in the gym, but more so for the lifestyle that it puts you in, because naturally, this is, you know, this is a far-fetched and you can't scientifically prove this, but I would assume naturally a guy who gets consistent into weightlifting is also going to start to then improve the other parts of his health, like sleeping enough and dieting and stuff. He's also going to become more attractive, then he's going to attract more girls and have more sex and speak to more people. He's going to become more competitive. So somewhat there is almost like an indirect benefit on your testosterone levels from weightlifting and becoming aesthetic and muscular and attractive. But at least in the short term, when people say like, oh yeah, well, you know, heavy weights for testosterone, not necessarily, bro. Really not necessarily. The kind of workout that you do in the gym is not going to improve your testosterone, although it might have an indirect effect because of the rest of your life that kind of gets structured when you become a gym bro and you're thinking about sleep and diet and everything. What do you guys think about that? Because every time I've always heard someone say like, oh, well, you know, I like, you know, lift heavy weights for testosterone, heavy compound lifting for testosterone. I'm like, you've not, I wonder if I can find the study as well. Jeff Nippard talks about it, actually. We'll see from him. Let me show you something. No one has ever really discussed this. Jeff Nippard briefly mentioned it. No, like, gym bro fitness guy wants to really talk about this because it's so, like, antithetical for what we think testosterone is about.
Training
yeah, there.
of weekly injections, they were up around 3,000 nanograms per deciliter. That's an enormous increase, magnitudes greater than the acute changes you see from altering.
Yeah, so this is what happens from heavy weightlifting. You see that your testosterone goes up quite significantly, but then it drops down within your workout space. But then what's interesting, this study stopped here, so 60 minutes in, after lifting heavy weights, your testosterone went down anyway. I actually think after doing a full workout routine, and this is proven by some, maybe I can find the other studies, that your testosterone after doing a big weightlifting workout routine would actually go lower than baseline because of recovery. He's not, the study's not showing it here, but let me show you.
So training with heavier loads, and the more muscle mass involved in the exercise, so training with compound movements, for example, the more testosterone increase you see. And the reasoning from there was fairly straightforward. Since we know that testosterone is anabolic, aiming to increase it acutely should be weighted pretty heavily when it comes to designing an effective hypertrophy-focused training program. And naturally, I went on believing for several years that the reason why this style of training was so effective for me was that it was jacking up my testosterone. It wasn't until later that I realized that the level of testosterone increase seen with these training modifications just isn't enough to increase muscle growth on its own, and that this heavy compound strategy is most likely effective for a different reason. It induces progressive tension overload and activates a large volume of musculature, with the modest testosterone increase being a mere side effect, so to speak. And this is the more consensus view in the current scientific literature, as more recent data from West and colleagues out of McMaster University concluded that post-exercise increases in these hormones cannot be used as proxy markers for hypertrophic potential in human skeletal muscle. And if you just look at some of their data, it's clear that despite the fact that testosterone did increase with a training protocol that emphasized high intensity and large muscle masses, there was no difference in muscle protein synthesis between the groups. And just keep in mind that the increases in testosterone were acute, meaning they didn't get elevated from the training and stay elevated. They simply spiked up and then came back down after an hour.
Yeah, so in other words, lifting weight increases your testosterone for quite literally 10 to 15 minutes, and after that it goes back to baseline. And if you've done a normal gym bro workout routine, you know, 1 hour long weightlifting routine, then your testosterone will probably dip below baseline, although we can somewhat hope and guess that after the long term of weightlifting and, you know, being in the health culture of lifting and building muscle and improving your sleep to make more gains, your testosterone will probably rise because you're automatically becoming healthier when you get into like a weightlifting lifestyle.
For example, the next one is optimal healthy fats. The next one is hygiene and grooming products. The same as cleaning products. You know, one is your environment. So the environment that you're in, like groups. Here's a great example. It's proven studies on this. Men will have a child and their testosterone levels will drop because they have to be a little softer to regress this. Ashwagandha boosting supplements coming out. The next one is a shower head filter. You silky, it makes it like your testosterone will increase. If you're just randomizing your sleep, that speaks for other. Naturally, testosterone is going to go up. It's just testosterone and competitiveness are just tied together. The mentality you've got great. Next one is being around competitive men. If you're around competitive men in the gym, sporting sense, whatever, testosterone is going to increase. Okay, it's that prism mentality. You've got competitive men around you. You're all going against each other. Naturally, testosterone is going to go up. It's just testosterone and competitiveness are just tied together. Now, tier 3 are just some smaller things.
We'll leave it there, boys. It's time for my workout now. It's 12:15. Let me I'll go through the donations quick, and then we'll then we'll leave it there. Okay, I'm just gonna go through the donations. Don't donate anymore because I'm literally just gonna do these ones, then I'm gonna go fast. Morrison Gray, $2.99. How do I supplement a social life without uni? I got my social life from the gym. Join a gym that's close to your home, and if you can join more of like an exclusive gym, which is 2-3 times the cost of a normal one, even though that seems really expensive and you're like, oh my god, it's an extra $50 or $100 a month. If you're going to the gym every single day and you're making friends, it's worth it, in my opinion. Go to a gym which is like $100, $200 a month. If you've got the budget for it, and you'll have to like not spend money on other things, you'll find that there's just better, more dedicated people, more like wealthier, successful people there. Start your social life there. Start just going to the gym, approach someone. Oh, yo, you doing that exercise? Oh, that exercise, I've never done that exercise before. Is it good? Do you like that exercise? Oh, like, easy, man. Shadeep Singh super chatted $19.99. Bro, you gave me a lot of money today, bro. I remember those when I was younger. All those Punjabis and Pakistanis here in Cali were huge working out as we were protecting ourselves from other gangs. In a weird way, I miss those days as our people were insanely strong mentally. That's interesting. I've never really experienced something like that myself. The survival instinct of when you feel like you're physically in danger, the kind of workout you do then is fucking incredible. When I used to train with my gymnastic rings, and like a group of like youths or something, would walk past smoking weed or something, and I'd always have like a little bit of, anxiety. Oh, what if they say something racist, bro? My fucking pumps, holy fuck. If I was normally doing like 10 reps when a bunch of like, guys who somewhat felt like a physical threat to me, I could almost do double with still good form, almost like intimidate, like, just obviously I'm not a good person for this, I'm a bad person and everything, but like almost like looking at them in a certain way, intimidating them and grunting and shit like that. Like, fuck me, what a good experience, man. I think every man needs to experience some like primal strength from when he feels physically threatened. Christian Floria, Developer Pro, PLNN 100. Hamza, how can I build a bigger tribe on YouTube? I teach people programming and would like to inspire more people to become my clients to help them directly. How can I build a bigger tribe on YouTube? Just keep growing, posting constantly, consistently. Read .com Secrets by Russell Brunson. Javier Martinez, $1. Thank you, bro. Giomana 900, BGN $5. What's your take on making money from video games if that's the only reason I'm playing it? And also the best money resource I currently have. Mostly cope. I'd say for 99 out of 100 young men who say that they want to make money from video games, they want to be a pro player and everything, they're just coping with their addiction. At that point, if you want to make money from video games, you're no longer playing, you're working. So the amount of guys who say this to me, oh, but Hamza, I want to be an esports. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Shut up and stop coping, bro. Shut up. You need someone to like just kind of slap you and almost to look at yourself from third person and be like, oh yeah, that is cope. That is cringe as fuck. Like, I don't want to be like one of those like Chinese, Asian, Korean like players who play, who work, who train for 16, 18 hours a day. Trust me, you're not going to enjoy like making money from video games. Like, you want to be an esports player. It's not an enjoyable experience. They train like fucking athletes. They train 16, 18 hours a day. The amount of young guys who, oh, but I want to be an esports. Oh, Hamza, well, it'll be productive if I make money from video games. Shut up, bro. You don't even know what it takes. Go watch a video on the actual day in the life of esports players. You don't even know what it takes. You don't want that life, bro. My MacBook's going to die, boys, so I need to get going. Don't donate anymore, boys. I have to go through these before my MacBook dies. Brian, 1699. Hamza, my mother passed away at the age of 12 and my father has married a stepmother from India. My parents think making friends is stupid and going out is bad because I need to follow my parents. Are you... I don't know how old you are, bro, but unfortunately if you are, you know, you're 12, 13, 14, like, you're gonna need to just follow what your parents are saying. I'm sorry that happened to you, man. MHND, your thought on First Man and his approach to the male advantage. I really like it. First Man changed my life. Condola, £2. How do I stop wet dreams from semen retention? I don't know. I don't even stop them, bro. It just happens, man. Ice Cum JT, 449. What are your thoughts on guys who become successful in life and thrive without their desired careers, despite still beating off without the hub? This is like that. It take me too long to explain, but just because a guy plays video games or watches porn doesn't mean that you can. So a guy can have like a somewhat successful life and, you know, he's still a normal guy and he drinks beers or something. But like everything, it isn't a comparable, like we don't compare against other men on our level. We see how far we can go with our own individual characteristics. So this guy who's above you, like drinking and smoking weed and jacking off, well, he could be that much higher if he didn't do those things. Same with you. Bruno, 25 Hong Kongian dollars, sent you an email. Nice one, bro. I'll have a look soon. Aravind Nair, 100 yen. What is fun in self-improvement? I don't want to be the socially awkward weirdo who copes with loneliness by saying he's self-improving, and yet you're a liar. You're a guy who literally just sits here watching me live stream for hours and you just sit here leaving hate. So you probably are the socially awkward weirdo that you talk about. You need self-improvement more than anything, bro. Aravind, you come to every single live stream talk, like, I don't know if you're a professional troll, then you've got me, fair enough, but like I don't think you're a troll. I think you're actually just unintelligent. You've spent more than 10 hours watching me live stream in the last week saying the self-improvement's cope, the Hamza's trying to get all these guys on self-improvement. You could have just improved yourself in this time. I don't think you're an intelligent person. Woodshed 100, super chatted, £2. Just started uni, it's my hobby. I'm full-time in life, good man. Aravind Nair, 100 yen. Though I troll you sometimes, I see a lot of myself in you, believe it or not. Although flawed, you are a good influence for young men, yeah, man. Noah Coleman, super chatted, $5. Nice one, bro. 889 from A. Bro, how I'm not religious, but a lot of things make sense in self-improvement. But how do you manage gratitude and ambition in self-improvement? Love your videos. Gratitude, just a daily practice of just, you know, thinking grateful thoughts and writing down what you're grateful for. Ambition, just set big goals. The book, The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz is really good for that. Tom M, thanks bro, spreading the word, $20. Thank you, man. And finally, last one, Noah Coleman, $5. Based on your recent daily schedule, you're no longer doing intermittent fasting. You praised it heavily in the past, so wondering why you stopped. Interesting you say that, bro. I literally just realized yesterday that I kind of got off intermittent fasting and I regretted it. So I've just today kind of like regained it back into my schedule because it is so, at least for me, it's so vital for my work and my productivity. I'm off, boys. My laptop's gonna die. Have a good day, everyone. Do the hard work, especially